Hello, hello, hello. It's Amy with Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. It's so good to see you guys tonight. Just wanted to make sure you knew that countdown timer had no sound, but I did not want to use the beach countdown timer. And since you have through midnight tonight to turn in your Halloween collaboration pieces before I assemble that video, I did not want I did not get moved back into the cookie studio because I moved some more stuff in there to unpack today. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this wild hair we have going on today. All right, is everybody ready? We're going to do something fun tonight, but first I want to show you what we did this morning. All right. So this morning, there's a video, and it has this at the beginning of the video, but really it should have had the overlay for making a mold with a dollar store find, which is what we did this morning. So if you want to go back and check that out, you sure can. Hopefully people will be joining us because it looks like the text just went through. But this is the mold where we did the pelvis, the full arm, a bone, and then the forearm and fingers. This is the one we did in the hexagon, and it came right off the parchment, just like this one. This one came right off. This has the rib cage, and the rib cage turned out so cool, you guys. I can't wait to actually try this. And then the foot in the video you'll see this morning, I was just kind of joking and said, oh, I have this little bit of space. Let's put the foot in at an angle. So we did the foot on the side, and it actually has a very nice impression. So I think that's going to work well. The one that did not turn out well was the little ball that I had left over that I did the skull in, because I pushed the chin we can use all these pieces using moldable royal icing or fondant and modeling chocolate in one of our tutorial Tuesdays in October. Okay. So one of our morning sessions on Tuesday, because starting not next week, but the following week starts our 13 nights of Halloween plus. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. I have a lot of stuff going on the next 2 months, and I don't want to miss out on you guys getting to take advantage of an early bird special. So, last year we started our yearly group in 2023, and we did one gnome design and one floral design. And we're carrying that through for a full 12 months, and all the months were themed. And we have this gorgeous set of gnomes and florals now. We did a poll. Not everyone, not 100% of you responded, but a majority of you responded that you wanted to continue with a group like that in 2024. So then we did some polls to see what everybody might want to do or learn about. And what we have come back to, because it had for a couple of reasons, it had the most votes, but also it has the most opportunity for both design and technique, and for you guys to make money. So we are going to be doing celebrations themed group next year. And I put a link. I'm going to show you the link, but it won't be long. That spinning wheel of death. So let me tell you what the specials are. The group, after I went back and looked at the number of hours that were invested last year and how many things you guys were actually getting in the group, I definitely significantly underpriced the group last year, which is not your fault. It's my learning curve. So the group, I feel like that we're going to do this year is solidly worth $150 for the year. But for you, for the next 48 hours, meaning from now until 7 p.m. Eastern time on October 10th, if you go to the, if you go to the link after this is over, you have 48 hours to do it. But if you go to the link after our video is over and you want to go ahead and purchase, because you know for sure you're participating, it is discounted to $110 for 48 hours. After October 5th, it will be $120. So it'll get us all the way through the Halloween event for just $10 more. And then it will be $130 from that point until the end of November. And then from the end of November to the end of the year on New Year's Eve, 12/31, it will be $140. And on January 1st, the group price will go to the full $150. Everything's explained on this link. When you go to that later, everything's in there. It's laid out by month. It tells you what we've already selected to do for each of the months. The group videos, class material, everything is going to drop into the group on the first Wednesday of the calendar month. First Wednesday of the calendar month. That's your first big change. Your second change, which is really a minor change, is that because we're going to be doing different themes each month, each quarter we'll have 6 cutters instead of 4. We won't be that there may be more than 2 designs each month, because there are some months and some themes that just lend themselves to doing cookies that look like they took a lot of time, but they really don't. So just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that this group is the group where you learn how to do designs and techniques. So it's more like beginner to intermediate on most of the months, be able to take the designs and tweak them and make profit. So these are your speedier cookies that you generously allow me to work in some fancy stuff sometimes. So it's going to come with the cookie recipe, the royal icing, the royal glaze. It's going to come with the cookie snack attack, cookie education, skill building cards. But just so you guys know, from tonight at 7 p.m. until October 5th at 7 p.m., it's going to be $110 for the whole year of 2024. It's a separate group. So if you join that group, it's just that joining that group that was not in the GNOME group does not get access to the GNOME group. They just get access to the celebrations group. Okay. So go check that out. Read all about it. I'm so glad you guys are with me tonight. And let's just say hello to a few people, and then we're going to get started on our bow making. All right. Hey, Myra, how are you? Hello. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? You're still working. That's crazy. Yes, the molds came out awesome, Myra. They did. They really did. I can't wait to try them with the fondant and the modeling chocolate. Oh my gosh, I'm on the big screen at my house. It's very scary to see myself that large. Okay. Allison said she just got the reminder. It will help us with the just got through my making designs. Thank you, Allison. So it will help with the engagement stats for the month while we figure out what that special opportunity was. And I did send out a text, but it looks like some of you are just now getting it. Mine came 30 seconds after I sent it, but it's always a little bit slower at night, and it seems like they roll it out like 100, 100, 100, 100, like that. It seems. How are you? Tell your mom hello. Hi, Mimi. Mimi, I got that cookie taken care of. It's beautiful. Hello there, Janie. How are you? Yes, watch the morning one. Just fast forward till you get to the part where we're making the molds, because it was fun. And we haven't done steady morning ones all summer. Like, it's just been when we could. So we will be getting back to what is going on? I can't tell if that's my blurred background or if my hair is really messy tonight. Let's just fix that real quick, okay? So aren't these cool? They turned out so nice, and that's the little foot down there, but I do need to redo the skull because I pushed it just a little bit too far, which I sort of thought I had done, but I decided, oh, good. Okay, you're going to be doing the whole year when you're on break in December. That's funny. That's because you've been so busy this year. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Hello there. Is that Lavelle? Who is that Facebook user? What? Which is from now until October 5th, because today is the 3rd. So it's $110 reduced from $150 for the next 48 hours. And then it's going to go up to $120 until October 31st. Then from October 31st until November 30th, it will go up to $100. Hello. I would say no. I don't feel like there's lots of supplies on these. Like some months we have the fondant molds, but if you have taken classes from previous years, you actually already own the fondant molds that come up because we've used them so often in Tutorial Tuesday. So that's still the plan. Let's see what Janie's question was. There will be 6 minimum each quarter STL files and 3D printed cutters if you choose to order that instead of 4 like we did last year. And that's because we're doing the celebration theme. All right, so let's say hello here. Hello. Hello, dude. Dude, how are you? Are you all right?
Talk to the hand.
Get out of here. Let me get on with this. All right. So my mom's watching tonight too, so you have to behave, okay? Let's see. Hello, hello. They are pre-recorded. These are the pre-recorded ones that we do in the year-long group. Hello there, Trisha. Let's see. Everybody, please remember that cutoff is midnight tonight for your Halloween collaboration pieces. Hey, Lavelle, I can see it when you type it. If you just want to put an L, that's okay. Okay, I can see that. The mold. Also, you can buy this on Amazon. So I bought this at Michael's, but you can buy it at Amazon. And then the other one that I use a lot is this one that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think this one came from Hobby Lobby or Amazon. Okay, but this is just slightly bigger and I use it quite often. All right. Hey, Cindy, Whoopi Cindy, how in the world are you? It's good to see you. Hello there. Hey, Jessica Lynn, thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Do I have the links for the mold? Debbie's eBaying while she's watching this. That's funny. You could get in a lot of trouble doing that. Let's see. Hello, Shar. How are you tonight? Charlotte, I posted the 2024 celebrations year-long pre-recorded group. Huge savings if you go ahead and pay for your year admission in the next 48 hours. And it's at the beginning of the video, but message me after if you do have any questions, okay? My test came at 3 after. Oh, your text. Yeah, it is buffering and freezing. It's not your problem. It's definitely my problem, but I couldn't move back into the cookie studio at the new old house, which is where it works great because I have that super, super high speed internet. I couldn't move back in there today because we were still moving things in. So I'm at the other end of the house with an room earlier today, but it didn't happen. Brian, Debbie is saying hello. Paula Fox is saying hello. Vicki Ward is here. Hello. Hello. Debbie said, I think Brian should decorate a cookie with us one night. Wouldn't that be fun?
No.
Why? You could even do like your carpenter skills on a cookie. Maybe tool. No. Go over there. Let me get on with this. Hi, Sally. That was sweet Sally from Florida. Okay, are you guys ready to go? So again, go back and watch this morning's video if you would like to see how we made these. I did put a link under the video in Cookie Snack Attack for that particular mold ingredient that I made these with. And don't forget, as I predicted this morning, I went too far when I did the skull, so I'll be redoing that soon. So Debbie and Charlotte are both saying, Maggie was shopping today and sent me a photograph of Dot's home style pretzels, like a whole shelf of these things at a Kroger, I believe. So at her store, you guys, these are the best pretzels, by the way. They had the original, they had the cinnamon ones, which are absolutely fantastic. They had the mustard ones, which are very, very strong. And they had one called Southwestern. This little piece, it had this little piece of the chin jutting out. So it poked through the bottom when I went to demold it, it just ripped. So, and I predicted that this morning. I kind of felt it when I was doing it, but I was hoping that it was going to be okay. All right. So listen, tonight, what we're going to do, please go buy your year-long access to the class during the next 48 hours while it's on sale, because it's a super, super good deal. Celebrations. And then I went and looked at how we pieced it together. I've got a lot coming for you next year. Also, did I say in the video, because I have squirrel brain sometimes, did I say that the reason that I'm going to start posting all class material on the first Wednesday of each month is to help with the overall flow of the group, so that it'll be after a 2 tutorial Tuesday, so I can tell you it's coming, give you the reminders, and because I don't normally travel on that day unless it's CookieCon. But next year, CookieCon's Austin, and it's more towards the end of September, so it won't affect us. I have my mini bow dabber, which I finally found as we were unpacking. And then I have my 2 bow makers that Allison made. So we're going to do the bow dabber for sure, but we're going to end the video at 8 o'clock because I need some family time tonight with my mom and my husband. Somebody in my family has a 75th birthday coming up. Wedding invitations, weddings, all of that kind of stuff. And then the bow maker was something Allison introduced to me. So I tried to use the bow maker like I used to use my bow dabber with the multiple loops, and it does work. However, the bow maker, there's a really great video up on YouTube on how to use these bow makers to make a regular bow with a knot in the middle without having to add it. Meaning the extra piece that I was pushing through and then tying off my bow. So you can use this both ways. And then but tonight I'm going to demo this little bow dabber, and then we're going to put the link in for you to go to YouTube to see how to make like bag topper bows that are small. Small and simple is not what I normally do. So that's not my biggest thing. I turned these into baby bow dabbers when I was using them. All right, let's see. Lavelle, yes, we're going to keep our courses for next find out the same way. So we're going to have this yearly tutorial group, which is going to be geared more towards new people, not new people, sorry, but beginner level skills up to like low intermediate. And for people that can take this and use the techniques and can tweak the designs and then sell for profit, right? But it's going to be a lot of skill building things next year. So what we'd start at the beginning of the year is going to flow all the way through to the end of the year. And we're going to continue to build. Okay. So it's not some we're still going to have 4 advanced boxes with a class included for next year. Those are always advanced. And then we should have some mini boxes that are intermediate level because I've got those themes already laid out as well. We'll have CookieCon, of course. We're going to have a spring in-person retreat next year. I'm one particular cookie design or just one cookie in the video, and then you can choose which ones you want to do. So we have some other new things coming next year as well. But this is going to be like the Gnome and Floral, okay, only celebration themed, and all that info is on the listing on the website. And the website, because I know someone's going to ask that next. The website it's only on sale at the extreme discount of $110 for the next 48 hours. Okay. All right. So I think that answers most of that. And then I'll tell you more about the new things that are coming up as we get closer to the new year. Okay. Nope, it's breaking up. It's where I am in the new old house right now. And so I'm just pausing when I see that when it let's see what those things look like. And Lavelle, no, I'm not selling Allison's bow makers. They were made as her trade for CookieCon, so I have them. Although I think Allison will make them. If you contact her, she has prices for you and shipping prices if you want to do that. All right. I think that was the actual question. All right, let's jump into the bow dabber. We have 35 minutes where we can make some beautiful bows. So honestly, guys, when you make bows, please use sharp scissors. So these are some very really thin material. It's covered and it's shiny. This is what I used to make all of used to tie off all of my bows with. And I knew I had tons and tons of this stuff. So I have been holding off on buying any more of it. And then I finally found like 20 rolls of it as we were unpacking things here. So I'm back at it again. Now tonight we're going to do this is a packet of trim bundles. So there's 50 pieces in here. Each of the pieces are a yard. They're all always slightly different. So I'm just going to pull out some ribbon that I want to use in my bow tonight on the bow dabber. I'm going to pull out a couple of kinds. I'm going to pull out this wide 1 inch. And if something is stuck together, just cut it. Use your sharp scissors and cut it hard so you rip something. So we're going to start with this one. Okay, I also have a roll of this beautiful organza ribbon. I love to make bag toppers for my mini cookies and stuff with the organza ribbon. So luckily I had some in the gold, so I'm going to use this tonight too as one of my things. And then I want to use something that like a little thinner, a little splashier. So maybe like, no, I don't really want to do that one. I don't like that too much. Maybe this. What do you guys think about this one? Oh, how about this? No, that's too much gold, I think. Let's try, and I would like, but I think it'll look very nice if I put the organza on top of it. Now, this is kind of one of those things that I like to just sit in front of a YouTube tutorial or a video or watching one of you guys on one of the competition baking shows. I like to just kind of sit back and make bows while I'm doing that because I don't really like to have idle hands. So here we go. On my bow dabber, what I used to do, and I'm a little rusty with this because I haven't to trim that off because it has a knot in it, but I'm going to double up my wire because it's a little thin. Okay, I'll try to stay on there for you. And I like to just put this through the middle. And what's cool about this bow dabber is one side of it slides. So as you get the ribbon thicker, it's going to automatically expand. So what I like to do on here, you guys do this any way you want, but this is how I most enjoyed making bows before, is I would line up all 3 pieces. Hopefully you can see this. The 2 pieces that came out of that trim bundle are already a yard. So all right, so I have my 3 ribbons here. Let's get everything else out of the way so we can make this easy. Now, there's a couple of schools of thought on this, on how you do it. Some people that use the actual Bodabras, they, I think I did this wrong. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Hold on. I think I need to put this in here. Yeah, this in here this way, and then my bow is going to go that way. Sorry. So some people will do this, just this big one back and forth, and then they'll do their next step down size, and then they'll do their organza last. And you'll see why in just a minute, because it's very pretty. Let's see. Allison, are you still here? Can you answer this question for me? If there is a file on Thingiverse on printing the bow makers, I can't answer that because I don't do the 3D printing. Thank God for Allison, because there's no way I could deal with all of those machines. And Sally, thank you for posting that link. I appreciate it. You guys make sure you go get that. I want you to take advantage of that offer. So I like to put all 3 things together. And I want to have a little bit of a tail. So I usually just like the space between these 2 fingers holding and these 2 fingers holding. It's usually about 3 inches for me. So I like that tail. I'm just going to push this down. You could just go back and forth. And I just like to have, and this, by the way, is making 3 loops on each side each time I go back and forth. And I usually use 1 yard of ribbon when I do these for boxes. I do not use this much ribbon for bag toppers. So I just have that little space here. That's how I measure this. I'm putting that down in there. And you see how it's expanding as I'm there is a file on Thingiverse for the bow makers if you don't want to, if you have the ability to 3D print. All right, now I'm going to flip this back. Same thing, about the same distance. I'm also sight-wise lining it up with the edge of the Bodabra and tuck that down in there. And you see how it's expanding a little bit? I'm going to turn it one more time. And that right now I have 6 loops. I think I'm actually going to stop 6 loops because I think I can get 2 bows out of this if I stop here, and it's already big. But what I was about to tell you is I don't make bows this big for bag toppers because it's a waste of money. It's too much. You don't need this much. All right. I'm just grabbing the ends, which I should have made longer just to make it easier. But I was trying to keep everything on camera for you guys. I'm just going to come up here and then I tie this off, pull it out. Tie it again. So I just tie right down in there, pull it out. So box. These pieces, this is what I actually tape to the box, and I can hide it under the bows of the ribbon. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take these sharp scissors and I'm going to straighten up these edges. On the organza, I have a heated ribbon cutter, so it seals the end of the ribbon so that it won't fray. It melts it. Okay, it works on the organza ribbon fantastic. But I'm just going to cut these. The point of making a bow if you don't pay attention to the detail. That's just kind of a thing that you have to do. And I prefer to cut the tails just at an angle rather than folding in half and doing that V. I just like it because I just like it. I just like how it looks when it's on the boxes. All right, so let's flip this over how a customer would actually see it. And then if you tied it tight enough, you're good. You can start pulling on these and separating everything and just separate your bow. But you can see how easy that was to just go once over, once back. You could leave it layered. Frankly, it looks pretty either way. But I think this was a good selection of ribbon. And then the other thing you can do, you guys, is just get in there and play with the loops and spread it out. If you do all the same ribbon, I would go 2 passes back and forth. It'll give you 12 loops. It'll be a 12 loop bow, and it's very pretty. But look at this with the fancy ribbon like this going and then being secured to a box like this with tails on each side. And then you just fluff your ribbon. You have plenty of room to put a nice accent tag here. Make some pretty bows. So I also wanted to say that the other reason that I really like buying these trim bundles is because occasionally you get a good coupon. So they're very inexpensive for the amount of ribbon that you're getting, and because they're always coordinated. So there's one set that I got in the summertime that's super, super bright, and it's great for birthday boxes. Like it has hot pink, neon purple, neon green, or sunshine yellow, like really bright. It would also be really good with circus cookies. And then in the fall, they usually have these trim bundles out that would look beautiful for Thanksgiving or Halloween, right? So I like these because I get a whole bunch of assorted ribbon, only a yard of each thing. I can see what works great for me. Hey, Sharon, thank you for joining us. For Halloween, I'm going to be using the black and white again this year. So we might do some of those later. But if you guys are up for it, I'm going to do my best. And there is and I'm going to show you really quickly how to do the bow on this. Mom, you okay? I'm going to push it in here. I'm using organza ribbon because it's thin and it's super easy to work with. So I'm going to put it in here and I'm holding it on the back, just a finger hold there. I'm going to come over, I think I'm going to come over 3 of the tines on this fork, then come over here to 3 of the tines. And then I'm pretty sure on that video that Allison posted, I'm going to cut this just to make it a little easier. I'm pretty sure that what they did was they pushed all of the ribbon through this hole so that you don't need anything to tie it off or secure it with. You push it through there. I think this is how they did it, guys. Don't hold me to it because I could not find that link again to show you. So it comes up. And you have a really cute little bag topper. Now, if I were going to make these bows, which I'm not because it's only like 20 cents to buy them already made on Amazon with the little 10-cent wire attached. But if I were going to make these, because let's say it's custom print ribbon, it's a corporate order, like there are occasions where this would be really handy. Now I'm just going to play with the loops for a second to get them even. Okay, but what I would do is on the back, I would put one of my twist ties, like a twist tie on a bread bag. Just lay the twist tie in there before I tie it so that it's already under that loop, because that's the part I would put around my bag. But isn't this glittery organza ribbon really pretty for doing something like that? And you can do more than one loop. You definitely can do more than one loop, and there is a video on YouTube of how to do that, but I just thought I would show you this one versus the Bow Dabra versus the last time that I did it. So I'm going to do one more of these, and I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut off about 12 inches of ribbon. I'll go ahead and make, all right, and we're going to do this tail just a little bit over, tuck it in that area. We're going to come all the way over we're going to come 4 tines over, 4 tines over, come back, push it through that hole, pull it through the back, pull it right through the middle, loosen this up, and you're going to just tie it off and then scoot it right off of here. It's really fast. Hope I did that right. Yep, there's the bow. See, it's very pretty. And then just tighten it up a little bit by pulling the bow loops. All right, everybody got it? These are so handy and they're really cute and they say bow maker on them. So like you're not going to forget what you have this thing for. So here is just, here's some of the 2 loop and this is a 6 loop bow. So do you see the difference? What I was talking about why I wouldn't do this. Like the Halloween cookies that we did. All right, guys. So listen, it's 7:40. That went super fast. So I'm just going to take an early night and go spend some time with my family. So if you have any questions, please message me. So the last thing I want to say to you is as soon as the video is over, if you're interested in being in the yearly group next year, and I will put a post up with a little celebrations picture just to draw attention to it. But if you're going to be joining that group, please spread the word. It is $110, which is discounted from $150. At $130 through November 30th, and then it will go up to $140 from November 30th to December 31st. On New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, it will go up to $150. So please, you know, any bow making takes time, Christina. So it kind of just depends on what you want to do. Can I just show you really quick what I really like to do so that it goes fast? Anyway, go check out that group. And the reason I put it up this early is because I have a couple people that are like founding members in Cookie Snack Attack, and they have friends that have birthdays over this month and next month, over October and November, and they wanted to give this item as a gift. So if you want to do that, you purchase under your name, but you tell me in the comment section or where you can leave me notes that it's actually a birthday gift for whomever. And then I send the invite into make the decisions about pricing and get it up there quickly so that they could do that because they want a cookie with their friends next year. And I totally get that. So Christina, look, normally, let me show you. I have this right here, like so handy. I have this little 4-inch deal that I keep that's marked. And this is what I normally do because this is just a lot quicker for me. So I just get roughly into the 4-inch. I cut at an angle. You guys are going to laugh because sometimes you have to do 2 or 3 or 400 Can you hear the train? The train in our town's going through. It feels like it goes through constantly. So I would pick 3 ribbons. I cut them all to 4 inches. So I just use I keep this handy because a lot of times this is the only marker that I use. So you can see I'm not super precise about this because you don't really need to be. But I'm just cutting each of these. I want you to see how many more angle to get started. Cut that at an angle to get started there. Cut this at 4 inches or just slightly over because it's going to be the back ribbon. And I know I have a little bit extra. So this is just my rough guide. Now you're going to see like, this is like speed bow making. See how many I can make in this super short amount of time. So much, Karen, for purchasing your admission to the 2024 celebrations group. I'm super excited about what we're going to be doing over there, but thank you. So then you just layer them up like this, Christina, keeping the organza on top because it's the sheer. You just put this little piece of wire around it. Seriously, this is all there is to it. If you have to make hundreds of wedding favor or like if you're doing a farmer's market and you're going to take a bunch of those mini sleeves and stuff and you just want to fancy it up, this is my quick way. And I can make tons of these. super quick. I pre-cut the ribbon. I separate each color. Thank you, Karen. I separate it into, so it's pre-cut, and then just when I have time, I just sit down, and I don't even have the loops. I just have this, and then I use this to tie around my bag. You see? All right, I'll do 2 more, and then we're going to end it for the evening. I want you guys to go see your families or work on cookies. I don't want to encourage being part of Team No Sleep. Thank you, Shayna. Appreciate it. All right, just tie that off. That's literally, guys, that's all you have to do, and you're done. Isn't that cool? Mom, do you like these bows? My mom says, they get Laylene approval. All right, Mom. But you see how quick you can make these? Just fold them in half, bring this to the back, tie it off. See? How fun is that? All right, so guys, get on over there, purchase your year admission to the celebrations group while it is at that steep discount. You have 48 hours to grab it at that price. When we finish up this video, I will jump over there. I'm going to put 2 pieces on here because I had that oddball piece. When we finish up this video, I'll jump onto the Gnome and Floral group and the cookie. It's seriouslysweetcupcakes.com. Seriouslysweetcupcakes.com, and then find the 2024 celebrations group link. Oh, well, I guess I didn't have an extra piece, but I'm not going to undo that bow. By the way, get prepared to make bows like this if you're going to be making your scribe Christmas tree. Go ahead and find one of the Christmas like 2 foot or taller, then you're going to need 2 bundles. But go ahead and be looking for your Christmas themed trim ribbon and buy it when it's on sale. So look, we just made all of those just that fast. All right, guys, time and place for everything and a use for every tool. So don't discount the bow makers. They come in really handy, especially for those very fancy, elegant events. You know what? This is as an add-on item for the bow dabbers to make your bows. But this is just a very fine covered gold ribbon. It is actually cloth cover over wire. So I would just look for like gold wire or gold covered or gold colored wire covered cord or ribbon, whatever you want to call it. But here we go again. In the trim bundles, they always have these little pieces. So you can just tie it off with something coordinating that isn't enough to make one of your 3 pieces of ribbon. And by the way, using 3 pieces of ribbon is not a rule. It's just that I like working in odds like you do with gardening and design. So 3 or 5 is what I normally do. So see these little ones, you would just add that and you'd have a little flourish, basically, right? All right, so let's over there and purchase your discounted year-long 2024 celebrations pre-recorded class group and go back and watch this morning's video to learn how to make molds using these really fun things that I found at the $1.25 store. This was, I got 4 of these skeletons, which we dismembered this morning to make one of our molds. And then I'm going to keep these to use in the photographs next to the things that I'm using the fondant molds for. All right, so you guys just take a look at all of that and get ready because we're going to have an awesome 4th quarter. So excited. And I will see you all shortly.